Today we're going to get real honest about something that I struggle with, the concept of rest. Rest and the importance of rest has been coming up a lot for me lately because I don't give myself time to do it. I wrote the first draft of this post actually when I was in the middle of going through graduate school. Why I'm so exhausted. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start over. This is appropriate. I wrote the first draft of this post when I was going through graduate school at night and I was working full time and I wanted to make sure that I exercised a lot and I was just overwhelmed. My weeks consisted of going to school 1 or 2 nights a week for 3 hours or so, and then the rest of the nights of the week were taken up with homework. And I really tried to work out every single morning, which didn't really happen. And then I also wanted to make sure I spent time with my husband and my family and friends, and it was just all so much. And more than once I ended up just getting a cold or getting the flu, which I took as a signal that I just needed to stop moving for a minute and I just needed to rest. So the topic of rest, even though I'm done with graduate school at this point, I still don't find resting any easier. So this is going to be a lesson for me just as much as it is an encouragement for you guys. The first reason that we need to prioritize rest in our lives is because it helps us to avoid disappointment. Let me give you an example. If you are working on a project and you're putting in 50, 60, 70-hour work weeks to try to get this done, what you're going to experience is a law of diminishing returns. You're going to reach a point where you're working so long and you're working so hard that anything you do above that point, you're not really going to see a return on investment. The work that you do will end up you're just going to end up spinning your wheels and trying to get things done, but you're not going to accomplish anything. When you plan for a mental and a physical rest, it gives you a much needed break. We can't be on all the time. One of my role models in productivity, Michael Hyatt, actually writes about rest and the importance of rest. What he says is that rest gives us a much needed reprieve and stimulates our creativity so we can be better workers and we can be healthier workers whenever we are planning in times to rest. I'm also going to link to a journal article by the American Psychological Association that breaks down a lot of physical chronic problems that our bodies can undergo whenever we experience too much stress. Another reason that rest is important for us is because whenever we rest, the time that we're working becomes more efficient. When I was in my undergraduate and my graduate studies, I had a studying technique that allowed me to be very successful. What I would do is I would set a timer on my phone for 25 minutes, and I would focus and I would study or work on a paper for 25 minutes. Whenever that would go off, I would then set another 5-minute timer. During that time, I made sure that I was moving around. I made sure that I was doing anything but focusing on my studies and focusing on my paper. I would do laundry, I would eat a snack, I would do jumping jacks, anything just to give my mind a reprieve. Whenever I sat down for another 25-minute session of studying, I found that I could do it with so much more clarity. My blood was pumping, my brain was on because I took that time to just let it step away for a second and get refreshed. Another reason that resting is important is it gives you time to focus on yourself. A lot of people that I respect in the productivity sphere actually write in the word rest on their calendars. It allows you to take some time to focus inward and just step away from the world. Whenever you take time to just focus inward, what you're doing is you're giving yourself that much needed mental and physical break. Another great result that often comes from resting is you might uncover some new hobbies you'd never considered before. For example, I took up bullet journaling during a rest period of my life, and I absolutely love it. It's something that I love to do whenever I just need to pull away from the world for a second and just recuperate. If you want to see how I use my bullet journal, I created a video about it back in January. You can see it by clicking on this link right here. Bullet journaling is a hobby that I'd never heard of before, but I absolutely love it. I've been doing it for years now. And not only does bullet journaling give me a way to rest, it also in turn has allowed me to be more productive in my working times. To all of my high-achieving brothers and sisters out there, give yourself a break. There is absolutely nothing wrong with resting. In fact, there's a lot of things that are right about resting. So take some time, schedule in that you time so that you can just pull away from the world. And then whenever you actually get back at it, back in the game, you're going to be so much more effective. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Be sure to thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you can see every time I post a new video on this channel. I put out new videos every week. Also, make sure you check out my website. It's www.beagoalgetter.net. If you go to my website, you'll see not only the blog post associated with this video, but you'll also see lots of other content. I actually post there more than once a week. Head on over there to check out all of that GoalGetter content. If you want to follow us on social media, we've got a Facebook page. It's GoalGetters Unite. We also have an Instagram page if you want to follow us there. It's GoalGetter Insta. Thank you so much for watching.